Void's on the Skeleton King. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. He totally ignored our pressure. He can't ignore our pressure anymore. He goes in all gas, no brakes. But look at the right side. Look at how much damage we've got on the right side. You can't ignore the spam. I don't know. What is up, gamers? It's Turkey here, and today we're going to be using one of the best decks following the work in progress balance changes for next season. In case you are unaware, Supercell has released work in progress balance changes for the upcoming season, and I can go ahead and show those on the screen right here, in case you have not seen them so far. But I do not know what Supercell is thinking, because this deck right here has been broken, and they're not nerfing any of the cards in this deck. So for that reason, I expect this deck to be a top 3 deck next season. Depending on how dominant Evo Electro Dragon is, you might need to change out arrows for like a rocket or a void or something like that. But for now, this deck is really, really strong. So there's never been a better time to switch to this deck, and I'm going to show you why it is so good. But as we know, talk is cheap. So I'm gonna quit my yapping and we'll get into some games right now. Okay, into our first match of the video, and like I said, this deck is not getting nerfed at all, even though it was probably a top 3 deck in this previous season. So, not 100% sure what Supercell was thinking, or maybe they just like overlooked this deck. That's fine with me. All right, they just cycle. What's it called? They just cycle their log. I'm just drop my bats in the back here. Okay, Skeleton King's gonna do fairly good against this. I think I'm just gonna let this do its thing. It's gonna get a good amount of damage, but I kind of want to take advantage of the counter push that we're gonna get. Okay. Okay, so no hogs. We're going to go into the Mortar here, and then Wall Breaker's opposite lane. We're pretty much guaranteed to get damage somewhere. Okay. Alrighty. He pops the log, so let's go like this. Only he has delivery, so he's going to pick a delivery. Yeah, on that one side or the other was what I was trying to say, and so we're going to get a ton of damage. And that's what I was talking about. Like, I knew that we were going to get damage somewhere. I wasn't 100% sure where. So really, really good play by us there, in my opinion. You'll notice how I didn't panic, right? Like, I took a ton of damage. I knew, I was confident that I felt like he overextended a little bit. And so I knew the damage was going to come. And this is not a great matchup. I mean, they have Earthquake, they have Delivery, they have Log, and Cannon, which is a cheap building for your Wall Breakers. So the matchup itself is not amazing, but if you're cool, calm, and collected, you can absolutely outplay anyone with this deck. I'm going to arrows here because he played the Evo Ice Spirit. Okay, and like I said, he pretty much always gets damage when he goes in with pigs, at least a lot of the time. I'm going to go Miner in the back and go with bats. He'll probably be able to get the delivery down. Now he won't be able to because he drops the queen, or the delivery is going to come late. So nice. Well, I'll take that damage, absolutely. As the match goes on, it'll be tricky for us to be able to defend the hogs properly. He's definitely going to pop the ability. If I was a gambling man, I would say so. Yep, there it is. So we're just going to go with the Wall Breaker Kite here. And that does threaten the tower. Nice, nice. We got the Evo Skeletons out of hand. I'm stoked about that, to be honest. Okay, I want to play it safe here. So let's go like this. We're going to go bats over here. Okay. We're going to go Miner. It'll also tank for the right side, which is awesome. Okay, I'm going to pop this ability. Oh! Okay. I just want to get a little bit of chip on the tower. Ideally would be nice, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Okay. I'm going to go... Oh, we do get a little bit of chip, so I'm going to cycle arrows. The reason being... it's kind of like I mentioned, it's difficult for us to get damage a lot of times. Nice, he does that. We're going to set up the Skeleton King ability. We're going to negate a lot of this damage. Beautiful. Okay, Miner's coming down. Okay, pop the ability here. Once delivery comes down, we're going to rush with Goblin Gang. Nice, great gang. Great gang. And now he can't really defend and go in with an Earthquake at the same time, so... we're chilling. Alright, well, GG's to our opponent. I don't think that matchup is great, but I think we played it fairly well, so we're going to hold that W, and we'll catch you in the next one. Up here against Mingo. Hearts, no skill. Probably running Elixir Golem. There are a lot of people in this challenge that I feel like are already going to be trying out the Electro Dragon, just figuring out what decks are going to be good for next season. Since that is going to be the Evo next season. I'm just going to drop my Spear Goblins in the back here. He's running a Tesla, though. Makes me think he's running, like, Expo or something like that. Okay. It doesn't tell me too much. I'm just going to set up a defensive Mortar here. It'll be fine against the Knight and fine against the Muskie. Okay, Poison comes down. Nothing's immediately coming to mind when I see some of the cards in his deck. But that's okay. Goblin Gang there to surround. He's got Poison, he's got Knight, he's got Musky, and his bio says no skill, so your guess is as good as mine, I suppose. Okay, Tezzy comes down. Let's go Spear Goblins here. Not the best placement. I was trying to mitigate the damage from the Ice Wizard, but that's okay. Alright, we're going to go Miner here. I don't want to go Bats when he has the Tesla up, so we're just going to take it. Good catch by my opponent. Okay, I'm just going to cycle the early Bats in the back. Could go for a Muskie or something like that, or he could take a Poison. Yeah, he opts to take the Poison. So I'm actually going to go for a really cheap defense here. We're just going to go with the Wall Breaker Kite. Still threatens damage on the tower. Okay. Well played to my opponent. Okay, I have an idea. We're going to go like this. Miner on this side, it's going to tank for the left side. He might just try and ignore the Spear Goblins. Nice. We get the Evo Tesla out of hand, and we still get Spear Goblin chip on the left side. So, still trying to figure out 100% what his deck is. Right off the bat, I don't know. I think he's going to go Musky, so we're going to go Gang to predict it. Nah, he goes for the Evo Knight. Really, really good move. Okay. I think I'm just going to let this go. It's dead as far as I'm concerned. It's dead to me. Alright, once that locks on, we're going to go Bats here just to take care of this Musketeer before it gets too much damage onto our tower. Okay, I'm actually going to go in. I'm going to ignore that Miner. I know it's a bold strategy, but I think it'll pay dividends. Wall Breaker's on the right, connected because the Miner was tanking for it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, he used Tornado, so let's do this. He still has to deal with that. Oh, he overspent. He overspent for sure. Nice. Look at the right side, right side, right side. Even with the Evo Ice Wizard. Oh, come on! Wow, Ice Wizard just ruined my hopes and dreams. I can't believe that. Nonetheless, we're still in a really good spot, but man, that Ice Wizard just destroyed everything. I had so much stuff down. It's alright, we're looking fine. I mean, it looks like he's just running an arbitrary control deck. I don't really know. I'm going to Mortar opposite lane. This deck thrives off of split lane pressure. Okay. Nice. We catch the Tesla. I figured he had to play something like that, and he just overextended with that Poison. Like, you could sense the desperation with that Poison. We're going to go like this, and we're going to be threatening both sides here. So this is what I was talking about when I say people don't know how to defend spam. It's so easy to overwhelm your opponents, as you saw there. So GG's to Mingo Loves No Skill. We'll see you in the next match. Into our next match here against EDU. And I'm a fan of spam decks. You know, I think at mid ladder and even at top ladder, like, there's a lot of really good matchups that you have. The outplay potential is there. I just think things look good for you if you play spam decks. You have a good chance of winning most of the time. It's one of those decks that I talk about that I think the skill ceiling is kind of low. Or sorry, the skill floor is kind of low. They're not hard to learn. They're not hard to play. And that's one of the reasons why I think this deck was one of the best decks last season. Okay. Oh, I thought that was going to finish off the Hog Rider. I totally would have played something on it. My fault. My fault for not knowing that interaction. Alright, we're just going to cycle Gang here. Probably get the log out of hand. Then we can go into like a Minor Bats or something. Ooh, delivery comes down, but it does come down late, which is what I like to see. Alright, we're going to do my favorite play. We're going to go Bats like this. Miner's going to tank for the Bats, and it's going to tank for the Wall Breakers on the other side. Okay, never mind. Oh, look at the right side. It's tanking for the right side. Those Spear Goblins, those are going to connect, those Wall Breakers. Nice, I love that play. Okay, let's go Gang here. It'll do really well, even if he Earthquakes. It should full counter the Hog. Yep, very nice interaction to know. Okay, we're actually going to go for a King Tower activation with the Firecracker. I really like this play here. The timing's hard against Cannoneer, but you can pull it off. Nice. Beautiful. For only 2 Elixir, we get King Tower activated, which against Hog Rider, so important. Alright. Once again, we're going to apply pressure while making sure we still have enough for the Mortar, in case we need to use it. Ooh, that's not going to be enough. Nice. He had to drop the Tesla, and we're going to take that Minor chip. So that was a 5-for-5 trade in terms of the Elixir spent, but we got chip damage, so it was a little better. Gonna keep the pressure up with Spear Goblin. You can see this deck is constant pressure. It's like so annoying. I mean, it's got to be so annoying to have to defend this deck because the pressure is just non-stop. Okay, he's gonna go in with an Earthquake, most likely, so we're gonna drop the Gang here just to mitigate damage, and you can see all good. Okay, I'm gonna Miner. Wall Breakers. Now you can see the Skeleton King ability is about to be fully charged, so we're gonna pop it. Beautiful. Nice. This is gonna get so much damage. Okay, log finally comes down. Perfect. No log. Happy Durkee. Okay, Spear Goblin's over to the side. Remember, he doesn't have log. Remember, he doesn't have log. He does have delivery though, so let's go like this. Which side is he defending? Let's go bats in the middle. Where is he dropping, boys? Okay, he's dropping on that side. We're going to go like this. But the bats are tanking for the wall breakers. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. He finally gets the Evo Tesla down. It's a little too late, in my opinion. Okay. Spear Goblins to the side. He's not going to break through, even if he goes for the Earthquake. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. We know that he does not have his Tesla in cycle. He can go for delivery on this, but he's eating all of the miner chip. Oh, he goes for the Firecracker. And we're gonna end up winning this match. GG's against Hog Earthquake, which you think would be able to break through Mortar, but spam was just too much. We're gonna hold that W, and we'll catch you in the next match. Alright, into the next game against this person. I swear I played this person before. The name just looks familiar. Alright. Goes for the Mortar. I kind of have an awkward hand for this, so I'm gonna do this. And just Spear Goblins off to the side. Wall Breakers are also gonna help distract the Mortar a little bit. Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna do that. So you can see the Wall Breakers are distracting. Nice, beautiful. Easy D, easy D. Mortar still gets a lock. Let's just go gang here. So it looks like it's going to be not a exact mirror matchup, but somewhat of a mirror match. Okay. Okay. We're going to hit him with a little bit of pressure here. We're up a teeny bit of elixir, so miner in the back. Nice. I love placing miner in the back in most scenarios, unless you're trying to mix them up, just because it pulls their troops backwards. So most of the time when you're placing your miner, if you're confident they don't have a tornado, you kind of want to place it in the back. So that's a little tip for you. Okay, we know he has Mortar. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it. He goes for it defensively. Honestly, that's fine with me. I have no qualms with that. Alright, I'm just going to go Wall Breakers here to cycle. Maybe get that Mortar off the map or something like that. Okay. Miner in the back once again. Fortunately, Mortar does not target area units. You can see the Knight's going to walk backwards. He needs to spend more. He needs to spend more. Nice. Ewiz comes down. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Always getting these nice positive elixir trades. Skeleton King plus Spear Goblins is going to do great. He just used arrows. Okay, I have an idea. He doesn't have arrows in hand. So let's go like this and just like spam him like crazy. No arrows in hand. No arrows in hand. No arrows. Oh. Nah, I was trying to get the Skeleton King ability off, but those bats absolutely demolished his Evo Mortar, and they're still going in, and we're going to get one Mortar shot on the tower. Let's go. So it ended up working out for us in a decent amount, and he basically wasted his Evo Mortar, so that's a win for us, okay? He's spamming that lane, or he's clogging that lane, so we're happy to go opposite lane. You can see anytime we go for this cheap pressure, it forces out a lot of elixir from him. So that's why it's okay on our behalf. Okay, he goes for the Void. We're going to go Bats to keep this healthy. Ooh, good arrows from my opponent, but he's still not able to break through. That's crazy. That's the power of Cannoneer right there. Okay. Let's go like this. Oh, almost got a Wall Breaker connection. Miner's going to tank for the Spear Goblins. He has to drop Ewiz in the front. His deck is just so expensive. Okay, let's go Skeleton King here. Need to go for a defensive Mortar, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to go Bats here just to help tank for this. Okay. Wow, and we lived. Beautiful. All around, beautiful. Okay. Wall Breakers here. I might start going for prediction arrows on those skeletons, because he does it every single time. Okay. Mortar here. Evo Bats, because he's probably going to Void. Oh, he Voids on the Skeleton King. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. He totally ignored our pressure. He can't ignore our pressure anymore. He goes in all gas, no brakes. But look at the right side. Look at how much damage we've got on the right side. You can't ignore the spam. I don't know what to say. Easy win. We'll catch you in the next match. All right, in our next match here. And so far, 4-0 with this deck. Not having any issues. Just goes to Stro. Goes to show what I kind of said initially, like that this deck is just really, really strong. He just goes Recruits first play. Casually just spends 7 elixir at the start of the game. That will never not make me angry. If you know me, you know that that is just one of my pet peeves. Just a pet peeve. It's not like it's a bad play by any means. It's just a pet peeve. That's all it is. Okay. Okay, he did that. Again, I don't know what he's doing. Recruit players just, I'm telling you, they think they can get away with anything. Always. Recruit players think that they rule the world. And now we get a free Mortar lock. A full HP Mortar. Gang here as well to help defend this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The consequences of cycling your recruits first play, man. I don't know what to say. Okay, we're going to keep the pressure up with wall breakers. And we already took 2/3 of their tower. So I'm a happy camper. Okay, we're going to go bats early here. Maybe make him panic. Think like, oh, I need to play a spell on it. Like, he needs to play arrows or something like that. And then go miner in the back. Remember, in the back, always the best. If he drops recruits here, nice. He drops a Phoenix. Phoenix does not tank for the mortar. So mortar's going to lock on. And we're probably going to end up taking most of their tower here. Nice. Okay, mortar is going to fall. Okay, fair enough. Skeleton King here, and then Spear Goblins to help out with the egg. Beautiful, beautiful. And we're looking solid right now against this recruits player. Okay. Skeleton King gonna do a great job. Wow. Wow. Well! Things are looking good for your boy, no doubt about that. I'm going to gang low here because I don't want to give him arrows value onto both sides. Exactly. Now he only arrows the bats. That's a +1 trade for us. And it's going to help charge up our Skeleton King ability. So I don't think my man's having a good time here. He's definitely not having a good time. Let's go like this. Evo Mortar. We're going to pop the Skeleton King ability as well. Look at how much stuff we have down right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody do something. Yep. And I feel like this has been the first game that really shows how dominant this deck is. Like, so strong, so powerful. Easy win. I don't want to say it, but we're going to hold it. We'll catch you in the next game. Alright, into our next match here against this person. And I haven't talked about it, but this is the first video that I made since the Evo Electro Dragon trailer was released. So let me know what you think in the comments. Wow, that's crazy. We're playing Mortar again. Holy moly. Oh, and I mistimed that. I mistimed that big time. All right, fair enough. But yeah, Evo Electro Dragon, sometimes people overreact, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, this card's broken, and it's not broken at all. Art, do you think that's the case with the Electro Dragon, or do you think people are warranted in kind of thinking that that card's going to be disgusting? I think it looks too good. I hope it gets nerfed pre-drop. Okay, that's a horrible NATO, I feel like. Nice, we're going to get those on the tower. Cool, so we basically even out the damage, so I'm not too worried about it. The only reason we took damage there is because I mistimed the Skeleton King that I was trying to tank for the mortar, so we're not going to make that same mistake twice. Let's go gang right away here, hoping that he doesn't have enough to drop like an Ice Wizard to support it. Yeah, and that's a dead mortar, so good for me, good for me. Yeah, Ice Wizard comes down late, so that's not a problem. I'm going to do something a little aggressive here, but I want to force out at least 2 elixir. Nice. So we got chip damage, and he cycled the log, so that's fine with me. Them not having their login cycle is very, very important for the usage of this deck. So if you can bait out their log, it's going to pay dividends over the course of the match. No Ice Wizard in cycle. He just wasted his Mega Minion, so let's do this. And let's be crazy. Let's be crazy. Nice. Okay, that's fine. Spear Goblins are, I think, going to defend both lanes here. Shoutouts to Spear Goblins. And Spear Goblins we trust. Holy moly. Okay, let's do this. Log comes down. You know what that means. You know what that means. No login cycle. Hit him where it hurts. And he's going to struggle to defend this, I think. At least all of it. Nice. We get that miner chip. He has to drop lots of elixir. Always worth trying to take advantage of them when they don't have their login cycle. He hasn't really been able to go in for any mortars. I feel like we've just been controlling the tempo of this game so well. Okay, Spear Goblins like this. Wall breakers as well. He doesn't have logs. Oh, I didn't think he had log anyways. Okay. Kind of an aggressive play by my opponent. Not necessarily a bad one. Just aggressive, that's all. Okay. And look at the right side. We originally got a lot more damage on the left side, but now the right side is in jeopardy. Okay. Nice. Great mortar damage. Great mortar damage. I'm super stoked with that. Okay. He's probably going to go in for a mortar, so I'm going to pressure with wall breakers here. Okay, he goes for a defensive mortar. Probably not a bad play. Alright, we're just going to reset. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is go Goblin Gang to distract the mortar and then go mortar on his mortar. I think it's like a high IQ play. We'll see though. Okay, he does that, so I'm just going to pressure. We can't let him feel like he can get away with that. You know what I mean? And indeed he can't. So, good game. Mortar matchup, not necessarily a ditto, but just felt like I controlled the pace most of the time. So GG's. We'll hold that dub and catch you in the next match. All right, into our last match of the video. I've been having a lot of fun showing you this deck. I think it's going to be really strong, and I feel like a lot of you are getting the gist. You're understanding how to play this deck. So hopefully this has been helpful to you, and hopefully the deck isn't or hopefully next season isn't completely dominated by Electro Dragon, and this deck ends up being a wash. Only time will tell. Okay. Cannon card doesn't tell me too much about his deck, to be completely honest. Wow, looks like he's playing a Mortar deck too. Dude, Mortar is everywhere. Mortar is such a good freaking card, man. All right, we're just going to cycle our miner here. Okay, Mortar, Phoenix. Fair enough. Just going to cycle my bats here. I don't really need to spend anything else on this Phoenix. Cannoneer does a really good job. Plus, with the bats supporting, it'll be fine. I will drop my Skeleton King. The bats are going to help fill up the meter, and it's going to play into his Knight. So we're looking solid right now. Interesting Mortar variation. Like I said, there's tons of Mortar variations in this meta, so I'm not too surprised. Okay, Bar Barrel comes down. He opts to spam me here. Fair enough. Okay. I just want to keep that cannon card off of our tower. That's what we're most worried about, right? Okay, and we do. We managed to keep the cannon card off of the tower. So that was a little stressful. I'm not going to lie. Like, he had a lot of stuff down. The cannon card is the card that, like, a lot of times can get decent value against us. So we're going to be careful playing around the cannon card moving forward. Okay, I want to try and get to my Evo Mortar, but might not have the luxury to do so. We're going to do this. It's going to lock on. Then we're going to go for our gang. He might play a spell on it. He might not. Yeah, he just lets it go. Okay. We're going to go like this. I think he has to go for a defensive poison. Nah, he doesn't. Okay. Cool. His defense is pretty strong in this deck, to be completely honest, so I don't think he has to worry about a lot of our pressure. He has really good answers. He might poison these Spear Goblins. We'll see. Okay, we're going to go Miner. It's going to tank for both sides. It's going to tank for the left side, and it's going to tank for the right side. Ooh, left side being tanked for by the Miner. It's not going to work. Ooh, and it took out the Ice Wizard. I love that trick. I love that trick. That is my favorite trick. This is going to connect onto the tower, unfortunately. Yep. Okay, it didn't last long. Okay. Beautiful. Nice. Look at those skeletons are getting on the tower. There's so many skeletons. There's so many layers. He didn't want to use his bar barrel, and we forced his hand. Like, he had to. Okay, just keep spamming. Nice. Ice Wizard comes down, but what about all this spam? What about the wall breakers? What about the wall breakers? Ooh. Nice, and his A goes down here. Okay. I'm gonna go Goblin Gang really low. Okay, he goes for poison. That's actually fine. We're gonna get a well-timed arrows here. Nice. Goblin Gang did a great job on defense. Those are bad wall breakers, but he was scared enough to have to spend on it. I'm gonna pop this ability early. And at this point, we can kind of just go for miners onto the tower. Nice. Arrows do 93, so if he eats this whole thing, yeah. Oh, he ate the whole thing. All right, GG's. Interesting matchup there. I mean, he had Poison and Graveyard, which is really good against Cannoneer, but you can see how these decks can kind of just overwhelm your opponent. So awesome last match. I'm going to catch you in the outro. And that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching on a weekend or whatever day you're watching. I really appreciate it. I'll put the link to the deck in the description as well, so you can just copy and paste it. And remember, this deck is not getting affected by balance changes. It's going to be really strong next season, barring E-Dragon and how popular that card is. So give it a try, learn this deck, and I promise it'll make you a better player. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace.